Oh, what do we have here? Mom has no idea her 13-year-old son is wanted for the worst crimes. Damn.
Mom starts seeing a bunch of sirens outside, and she's like, oh my God, something happened to Denise.
She's got her head covered with a pillow, her legs exposed, and she's been stripped naked.
Hold on, what do you mean her head was covered with a pillow? What the fuck? What did we just tap into?
I started to freak out even more.
You want to somebody find it, you don't have to kill them.
Do you know what DNA is? You ever heard of it?
I don't know, how is it my blood?
February 2nd, 2025. In Fairfax, Ohio, a woman has...
There we go! The fucking nut house of the countries. I mean, not the nut house of the country. The nut house state of all states is fucking Ohio. Every single time, bro.
Been found
every
dead
time.
in her own home.
1 out of 3 videos that we cover on this type of shit is always out of Ohio, bro.
Car 4 Frank 11, I've got a non-breather, 3919 Germania Avenue, a female 62.
Did he cover her up? I don't know.
The dispatch said that he found her with a pillow over top of her.
Oh no.
I don't know about
peroxide and cleaning chemicals? That's different. A lot of cleaning chemicals.
This is 64-year-old Sheila Tenpenny, who went by Denise. Her brother found her lying in her bed with the front door open, unresponsive when he tried to wake her.
But I think she felt safe here in Fairfax.
She had to.
So I never worried about this area at all.
But this was no natural death, which means she was never as safe here as everyone believed.
Damn.
My sisters might have been murdered and
With no signs of forced entry, Denise must have known her killer, and this case is going to turn this apparently safe neighborhood upside down.
Are we under suspicion for something, or?
I don't think that murder is stupid.
Here on The Decoder, with never-before-seen police interview footage, this is the story of the murder of Denise Tenpenny.
Yo. This is going to be a good one.
On Sunday, February 2nd, the Fairfax Police Department receive a chilling 911 call.
Oh, shit.
What's the location of your emergency?
3919 Germania.
3919, what was the street name?
Germania in Fairfax.
Germania?
Yeah. I think my sisters might have been murdered and
Oh my God.
open.
How old is she?
She's 62.
That's still fairly
63.
young.
Okay.
63, 62, 63. She's got her head covered with a pillow, her legs exposed, and she's been stripped naked. And it might be some blood. I don't know.
Okay.
She did not respond when I yelled at her.
Okay.
I didn't see anything. The door was open a couple inches. She don't leave her door open.
Okay.
What
How
the
long
fuck?
ago
I didn't touch
you spoke with her?
yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay. Do you want to try CPR?
No, her head, she is unresponsive, and her head is covered with a pillow like they smothered her or something.
Oh my God, I could not imagine finding my sibling like this. I would be fucking traumatized for the rest of my life, bro.
Did you see anybody inside, or does she live alone?
No, she lives alone.
A single woman dedicated to her career as an accountant, Denise's family thought
nice,
she'd
quiet
die at
life.
her desk. Metaphorically speaking,
Literally.
they never expected to find her like this.
You know
Okay,
if
thank
you
you.
might want to harm her or anything like that?
Absolutely nobody.
The cops arrive on the scene just before midday, bringing an ambulance, but it's too late for Denise.
I am live right now seeing a DOA, so just want to... It's a little suspicious, kind of odd.
There are multiple bottles of cleaning supplies beside her body and an unidentified watch.
So he tried to mess with the crime scene. That's a charge.
There's also blood on the bed and a trail of blood leading from the bedroom to the back door.
What the
and
fuck?
gate to her yard. Next to her on the
Oh,
bed
he's
is
sloppy.
a bent kitchen knife
He is really fucking sloppy.
and a box cutter, though these don't appear to be the weapons that killed her. Her brother, Daryl, is devastated. He can't believe he found her like this.
I sent her a message on her phone. I said, I'm outside. And I went up and put the air pump on the truck, and I walked around, and I opened the door, and I started to knock on the door like
Right,
that,
right.
and the door opened.
Okay.
She didn't answer, so I pushed the door open.
And he saw something no family member should ever have to see.
Hell
The
nah.
cops start to canvass the neighborhood. It's a quiet, safe area where neighbors look out for each other.
We're with the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation. We're here about what happened last Sunday down the street, and we're trying to talk to everybody in the area.
In particular, they're looking for any CCTV or Ring doorbell footage that might have captured Denise's killer.
It'd be helpful if you could just take a look through those evening and early morning hours to see if you picked up any vehicles or people, or just see if you have anything. That would be incredibly helpful.
They're also going through her phone contacts in case her killer was someone known to her. But neither of these investigative avenues give them any solid leads. The detectives are back to square one, Denise's family. They invite her sister and nephews to the police department for a background interview and DNA elimination.
It's routine in any type of case like this. So we go through, we eliminate family members, and how we do that, we do swabs. You guys are both good with that? Okay, I appreciate that.
The last time they talked to her was the day before her death over Facebook Messenger.
She was asking me about Walmart Plus because I was using it when I lived down in Texas.
Walmart Plus?
Yeah.
Is that like a discount card?
It's their delivery.
He noticed nothing out of the ordinary at all.
I messaged her at 7:06.
No response.
No response, and then I messaged again at 8:45.
And when was the last time you messaged her the night before?
8:28.
And she responded, right?
She sent me that message.
Yeah.
That was our last message.
Yep. So what do you guys think happened?
I don't know. I was moving down my every little day. I got a nice call.
Did you show up here? You showed up here.
Yeah,
I tried.
it was me.
No way was like it.
Donna, what's your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I just can't comprehend it. I can't imagine her opening her door up to anybody. This is very routine. Like even when she knew I was coming, I'd have sometimes lay on the horn and pound or whatever to get her to answer the door.
According to Donna, her sister was someone who wouldn't give up without a fight.
If she believed something was right, she would argue with you about it. Where I would just say, oh well, whatever. She would argue about it at work. She would tell me how she would go into her manager's office and say, hey, this isn't right, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how in the world do you keep a job? But she was there for
Yeah.
But she
means she wasn't going for no bush.
She would fight for what she thought was right. She always had a smart mouth on her.
Who are the only people who should let in the house without question?
Me?
I mean, even then it was hard to get up in the door.
Denise was careful. She wouldn't let just anyone inside her house.
She always locked the door.
Even if she knew you were coming, her door would be locked.
She would only have the screen door locked as well, or whatever that's called.
The detectives show them a photo of the watch they found on Denise's bed.
Does that watch look familiar?
But she usually, when she wore a regular watch, it was they had the links in it. It wasn't like the links in the band.
It's like a metal.
Oh, like the metal chain ones? Yeah. I know what you mean.
I never saw her wear a watch like that.
The watch must have belonged to the killer.
Do you have an idea or a person?
I really can't.
I really can't say.
I'm confident that we're going to find them. I truly am. I'm very confident. We're doing this to the whole neighborhood.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. We'll get them.
I just can't imagine why you want to let somebody find but you don't have to kill them.
That
Did
part.
somebody tell you about it?
That's just what Daryl.
That's how Daryl sent the message to me.
And I was dumb enough to listen to the stupid 911 call when they released it on the...
Just Tim.
The 911 call went out on the news, as they often do.
Oh,
but it was
damn.
devastating for Denise's family to come across it.
To me, it sounds like, you know, just from watching like cop shows and stuff over the years. To me, it sounds like a targeted attack. It was somebody that she knew. Not that I would know who it is, but
Right.
because normally when you see something like that, and I don't know if there was anything stolen or not, but everything it seems like everything was there. You guys found her laptop, her phone, her tablet, and that was said when we were here.
Mm-hmm.
So and those are the types of things that somebody was robbing. Easy to grab, easy to get out.
Facts.
And that's why I think it's somebody she knew.
If her killer was someone known to her, then surely her brother Daryl, who was the closest person in the world to her, would know about it. They pose similar questions to him. He tells the detectives Denise has been living in the house on Germania Street since the mid-'80s. That's 40 years in the same place, a place she must have felt safe. The day before her death, she and her brother went to lunch together. She dropped him at home afterwards. And
that house gotta be paid off if she stayed there that long.
That was the last time he saw her alive.
She'll send me a message and she'll have lunch. Question mark, want to know if I want to go to lunch. And I usually say yes. And I didn't get that today. And if you look, I sent her a message a little after 11. I said, "Are you skipping?"
Yes, I see.
And I didn't get a response, which is a little odd. Then I tried calling her, and I didn't get a response. And I thought, maybe she forgot her phone. I hope she didn't fall or anything like that. And I need to go to her house and see what's going on. But when I seen her car there, I knew she didn't go anywhere, because I thought, well, maybe she took off and went shopping without her phone. She's done that before. Mm-hmm. And that's why she's not answering.
But Denise hadn't gone shopping. The detectives try to get more information about her personal life.
Yeah.
Okay. Has she talked to you about any boyfriends?
No.
She does not have a boyfriend?
She doesn't have a boyfriend.
Has she had one recently?
No.
Like when you say no, never? Or
not in a long time. In years.
Okay.
And one reason was you have to understand her type of thinking. They found cyst on her kidney.
Okay.
And she thought she might be polycystic. They didn't say she was, but so she decided she wasn't going to have any children because she didn't want to pass that on to the children.
Okay.
That's just the type of person she is. So she wasn't really dating anymore. She quit dating and going out dancing and stuff like that many years ago. And I told her, I said, there's a lot of guys out there who don't want children. I said, but, I wasn't going to argue with her about it.
She doesn't have an ex-husband?
No.
Okay, no children?
No children.
Damn, so she didn't have nobody that was going to mourn her? Ah, damn.
Okay.
I ain't no life to live, baby. You got to have somebody in it.
Hasn't dated in years, you say?
In years, yeah.
Has she complained about anybody?
No.
Denise was living a fairly solitary life, and she had no enemies. The detective's first recourse in a murder case is usually the victim's partner, but Denise was single and had been for years.
Does she drink alcohol?
No. No alcohol, no drugs.
She spent her time gardening and working out at a local gym, keeping herself fit and healthy.
So is there anybody you know that would want to hurt her?
No, absolutely not. She's a decent person, honest.
Stays to herself?
That part.
The person that I gather she talked to the most was her neighbor right next door to her in that new house.
Who's that?
I don't know what his name is.
Man or woman?
It's a man. And he's got his girlfriend, I think, lives there.
Denise lived in 3919 Germania Street. These neighbors are in 3921. But when the detectives talk to them, they don't know anything about Denise's death either. She was a good neighbor, and they can't think of any reason someone would hurt her. Meanwhile, the medical examiner finds DNA under her fingernails.
What the fuck?
She fought back, and she scratched her attacker. This means that detectives might be able to identify the killer by scratches on his neck or face. Because Denise was also sexually assaulted, The detectives turn to the sex offender registry. They look for offenders within a half-mile radius of Denise's house, and they find 3. 2 of them have an alibi and don't have any scratches. The third is wanted for failure to report. He's been missing for a while, since before Denise's murder. None of these men are her killer.
Damn. So who the killer then?
As the days stretch on since her death, her family struggle with the lack of answers, including her brother, who found her body.
I said, I'm still pretty raw shook. I said, my mind's toast.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was her brother, this would have drove me crazy because the last way I see my sister is like this.
Damn. I said, my mind's toast. Still get a lost my mother. I have not.
I know, Daryl.
Straighten anything out. And now this. Now I got more to deal with.
The whole neighborhood
it's not fun to deal with.
Neighbor Jonathan Boschert and his family have been living in Fairfax for 3 years and say a big reason they moved to the village is because of its safe reputation.
It's jarring, I would say. Very unusual. I mean, it's still hard to believe that it happened this close.
Boschert just hopes it's an isolated incident.
Another neighbor has sent her son away. She's so concerned.
So my son went to spend the afternoon with his dad because he had fallen earlier.
Whole time he the motherfucking killer.
That day. And anyway, just kind of recover and have some time away from the house and stuff and from his brother. And then I noticed kind of the stuff happening around us. And so I was like, let's get him out of here.
But what the detectives can't share is that they've found a lead. They've been canvassing the neighborhood and taking DNA swabs from the people they speak to, and they found a match. On February 12th, the cops show up at 3920 Germania Street, just across from Denise's house.
Do you need to come in? What's going on?
Yeah, that'd be great. We have a couple things to talk about.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
We just sat down to eat.
What you guys get?
So,
Are all 3 of you here?
are all 3 of you here? Yeah.
Louis? You go upstairs? I need to be nervous? It's making me feel nervous.
Relax, you're okay.
You're good, yeah. You want to take
You need to be nervous because your son is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
somewhere?
It's okay. I'm gonna go for that one so it's a little less weird.
Yeah, come on in. Just relax.
Yeah, you guys are good.
This is the Cart family. This mother is the same mother who went on the news just a few days earlier, saying she'd sent her son away. And they have no idea just how serious this is.
Wow.
We need to talk to essentially each of you, and we're wondering if we can go down to the police department. We have a better.
I would have been like, what? What the fuck? What we got to do that for? Hold on. Let's talk right now. What's going on?
Area to talk. So if you guys want, let's put some shoes and socks on, maybe a coat, and then we'll head that way.
Do we need to be getting lawyers or something? I'm feeling nervous about this. I don't.
You definitely need to get a
Call
lawyer.
an attorney.
Also, do we have to go? Is this like a right now thing, or is this
We would like you to.
Yes.
It would make, you don't have to.
Look, she don't like that shit. She knows something's up just by his conversation, but she thinking it's him. Whole time it's that little fucker.
Right. Okay. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable. I'm not.
We could. How about we get there? We can explain kind of what's going on, give you some more info. You can always,
Okay. Well, do you want
have
to
us
explain
explain
what's
some
going
more.
on before we head out there?
No.
Do you mind if we do that outside?
Sure.
Sure.
Are we under suspicion for something, or?
No, we just want to talk to you. I think you guys could help us clear a lot of things up around here. So.
Look at that little motherfucker. He just don't know. Yo, ass cook.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's go.
I'm just gonna,
He got that stupid look on his face like he don't know what's going on. Boy, you know what's going on, boy. Yo, ass, they about to get you.
down, make sure you don't have any, big guns or anything you see on you.
We got all kinds of goofy rules.
You're gonna come down your waist up here.
Can I have my phone?
Yeah, we'll give everything to you as soon as we can when we get back, okay?
The cops take all 3 family members, the mom and her 2 teenage sons to the station to be interviewed separately. But there's one family member they're particularly interested in, and that's this kid, 13-year-old Levi Cart. The cops let him bring his food into the interrogation room.
You got enough napkins and everything, or do you need napkins? No, yeah, I need some napkins. Okay, I'll grab some for you here in a second.
So you go by Lewis. What's your like full real name?
Levi Jackson Cart.
Levi Jackson Cart. Levi, but you go by Lewis. So you want me to call you Lewis?
Whatever you want.
Okay, that's cool. Hey, Lewis, I gotta read
Eating fries with a fucking fork. I do not trust this kid at all.
you a form because we're at a police station, okay? And I have to ask you some important questions. All right? So will you follow along with me? Just kind of give the food a break for a sec.
Okay.
I know you're hungry. I'm sorry.
I'm very hungry.
I know. But this won't take long.
The detectives read him his Miranda rights.
Well, I guess it states that I can quit having a conversation with you. I'm not sure what this is like necessarily about.
No, I will explain that.
Okay. Yeah, you said that, and you said that we could help you guys like understand what's going on, or like something like that. So I'm not sure.
Do you know what we're investigating?
Hell no. He don't got a clue.
I know something happened down the street.
Across the street?
Or across the street.
Right.
In front of me.
Right. A woman was murdered, right? So we're trying to find out what happened.
Then they start off with some family background.
Out of state to California?
Yeah, so the plan is to move to California. I think it's Long Beach.
Long Beach, cool. Is your mom and dad divorced?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me what you did on Friday. Not this past Friday, but
the last Friday.
Yeah, last Friday.
So last Friday, we went to my dad's birthday. That was good. And we just hung out for a while at a restaurant.
With your dad? You and Hunter?
And my mom.
Okay. Was it in Kentucky or up here?
Probably in Ohio.
Okay, go ahead.
And well, I guess most of the day before that day, before the dinner, I guess, was just like pretty normal.
And then you woke up Saturday, and what'd you do?
I don't know, I went and did some homework, just because I didn't do any on Friday because I had spent most of the day at a birthday dinner.
After that, he says, he and his dad drove around all afternoon and then came back and watched a movie. This was the day before Denise was found dead.
Yeah, so we ate, and then Mom got home, and he left after a minute of talking. And
they don't get along, or what?
No, they get along.
Okay, that's cool.
That's why we have a lot of like communication between me and him and my brother. So after that, he left, and then me and my mom and my brother just kind of hung out for a minute.
Why he ain't keep eating his food? If I got food in front of me, I can't stop. I can't talk and not eat, baby. I'm gonna be quiet.
I don't
eat. Is this in the evening now?
Yes, it's in the evening.
Right.
And then I think, I don't know, like, kind of the day after that, it's kind of like jingled in my head because it was a lot of waking up really early. But I don't know, I think at like 2:30 maybe.
In the morning?
Yeah, 2:30 in the morning or 2, I'm not sure, in that time area. My cat had randomly woke me up with all the lights off, like sitting on my neck. He started scratching my face, and first he started scratching like my arms because I was like trying to like get him off of me because I didn't know what was going on. So he like scratched my face.
Damn!
Couldn't really see it. You can't see it anymore.
So he looks like a psychopath. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I'm about to say he doesn't look like a killer to you guys.
But yeah, he like scratched my face. You can see this here.
These scratches could have been made by a cat's claws or a terrified woman's fingernails.
And then I just spent like...
How much you guys want to bet that was The lady that did that shit, not no cat.
I don't know, like 3 hours maybe, or a long time, trying to like fix myself up. Again, to give more context, fixing myself up, the reason why I didn't like help or ask my mom or my brother or wake them up is because we were literally just about to do photos that day.
Like family photos?
For the house.
Oh, for the house.
Yes.
I see.
Levi says he didn't want to annoy his family by waking them up to clean up the scratches.
And then I decided
Why
to take a
not?
shower.
Why not tell them?
So I was like, it's probably the best thing I'm gonna do. So I took a shower.
Where'd you bleed most of it?
Most of the blood went to my shirt that was on my bed, because it was like a lot of it was on my face. I usually put a shirt under my pillow.
Right.
And so I was just like, I don't know what to do. I know I can't, go to sleep in this state. And so I started crying, honestly, kind of loud.
Like what time would you say we are at now?
Like 5:30 maybe.
Okay.
It was a long time.
Right.
So, yeah, so I started crying really loudly, and then I guess luckily for me, as soon as I started crying very loud, she went downstairs and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, not really."
Levi's crying woke his mom, who drove him to the hospital to get stitches. By the
Damn.
time they got back home, it was just before noon.
And then
Your mom didn't ask you what's going on and just suspected it was the cat. She didn't think of nothing else.
we get in, and like 15 minutes later, Mom
That's weird, bro.
starts seeing a bunch of sirens outside, and she opens the window and she's like, "Oh my God, something happened to Denise." And me, already in a panicked, weird state, because I am having to, be like, Marshmallow did this and he's right in front of me, and still crying because I feel like I ruined, doing photos so we could get out of here, get out of the state, go to California. So I just kept on crying, and then I kind of started feeling emotionally triggered. And when she said there was a bunch of ambulances outside, I started to freak out even more. So
Why? Why would you freak out though? That's what I want to know.
I kind of felt like really sick to my stomach, and I felt really gross to have to think about, if something had happened to somebody right next to me, or the house right in front of me, and it made me feel really sad, and I started crying.
I don't believe, bro, at all.
Even worse.
I don't believe
Levi
him.
went to stay with his father after that, just like his mom said on the news.
How long did you end up staying with Dad?
A week, I guess.
A week.
And yesterday, what they told me is they decided that it wasn't a good idea for me to be over there, because there was she said that there's a bunch of news coverage and a lot of police.
Right.
So I guess I stayed there for a while, trying to feel better and trying to heal from this.
Yeah.
So I just kept on asking Dad. And
I'm sorry, I listen to this young guy talk. Maybe he's just a kid because he's a kid, he's a teenager or something. But oh my God, this shit is annoying.
Sarah, what they think has gone on.
I have a cursing the same guy's name in the same sentence. Hey,
because it seems honestly really scary.
Who's Sarah?
Oh, Sarah's
your dad's wife?
My dad's girlfriend.
Oh, okay. You get along with her?
Yes.
Good.
Levi seems strangely obsessed with Denise's death.
I didn't I didn't know her a lot. I just thought this is this person,
Right, just a person that lives in the neighborhood, right? Okay. Let me ask you this: on that day you cut your nose on that Sunday morning, were you ever out in the when you got hurt? Were you ever outside? Did you ever walk outside? Never were outside.
I was outside when we went to.
Come on, bro. They already got your DNA at the fucking crime scene, bro. You might as well just come up and confess, bro, because it's no way that you're gonna get past this shit. It's no way and whatsoever. And yeah, you're giving this little story about you being with your daddy, your mom, and whoop, you whoop. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, bro, you just did something horrendous. Something diabolical. Something nasty.
In the car.
No, I'm talking when you cut your nose.
It ain't no rehabilitation for that type of shit, bro. You sat there and murdered somebody and raped them?
Were you ever out? I mean, like if a camera picked you up, that wouldn't have been you if you were outside.
No, I wasn't outside.
Not one time?
Nope.
Levi's story about the cat scratches is paper thin, and it won't hold up against real evidence.
Nah, cause ain't nobody ever got no goddamn stitches from no cat. Cat gonna scratch it, but it ain't finna be no shit like that. That was a fight for your life. If you had to get stitches for scratches in your face, that mean somebody was fighting for their fucking life.
Do you think sometimes people do something that they regret out of character for themselves? They do something, they get kind of scared, and
yeah,
they don't want to talk or tell anybody about it?
I think sometimes.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Like if you're cheating on somebody like that, you're gonna regret that, right?
Yeah. So do you think somebody can do something and get nervous and maybe do something they weren't intending to do and things get out of hand and something bad happen? You think that could happen?
I mean, I think everybody, is human, so.
Right, exactly.
I think that could happen.
You think that could happen? Okay. So you said you've never been in Denise's house, never been, okay. Do you know what DNA is? You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
He don't know what the fuck it is.
We're trying to figure out, and I want you to help me explain this, okay, why your blood would be in Denise's house. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, I'm not sure. Cause
he gives me just creeper vibes all the fucking way. Like his energy is so off. I'm like a really good energy reader, and I don't always hit it on the head, but bro, yeah, his spirit, that shit heavy, bro.
I don't know, like, how is it my blood? Like,
that's what we're trying to find out.
Cause I don't know why it would be in my house. I mean, in her house.
That trail of blood leading to Denise's back door?
Not only did you leave it on the fucking back door, bro, you left it on the door. No, you left the trail of that shit. You left it on the door. You left it on the fucking wooden fence.
Belonged to Levi.
That was crazy.
I don't know why it would be in her house.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's from your face, bro. When you had to get the stitches, she fucked you up bad.
I don't know what explanation I could give you or even come up with. That would be...
That's cap!
Equivalent to how that would happen.
Well, I don't know how it happened.
That's why we're asking you, buddy.
There's only one person here that knows, and that's you.
How do you know that?
Because there's no other way that part of you can be in that house without you never being in there.
Hello.
I can agree with that.
Right? So that's why I just need an explanation as to how. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around it,
Well, I'd have to wrap my brain around it first.
He denies that the watch found next to Denise's body was his, but when they show a photo of it to his twin brother, he identifies it as Levi's immediately.
Ooh, you dirty fucking dog.
I don't think you're telling me all the truth.
He's not.
What? But I'm not lying.
Well, I think you're about how you got hurt.
What?
I think you're lying about how you got hurt.
He is.
That's my opinion.
But why would I do that?
Building on their rapport with him, the detectives try to present a confession as a way out.
So, if you were, and things got out of hand and you had to defend yourself, well, you were attacked. Hence the scratches and the nose and the scratches on the arms. Obviously, you were attacked in some way, you know, that would make sense to me.
My brother's like loves true crime or something. Very investigative.
Right, that's cool.
He like tried to search up the audio. I didn't hear it, or I guess they said that there was a 911 call.
Cap, I feel like that's cap, son.
Guess.
Yeah.
The gig is up. You're done.
And mom had said that maybe she had been raped, or that or somebody said that it looked like she was raped. Which in my mind, that doesn't sound like self-defense if it was.
I don't believe there was a rape.
Oh, you don't?
I don't, no.
I kind of thought it was, if I'm being honest, but
why would you think? Hold on. Why would you think that? Huh?
My question to you is, could you have defended yourself? I mean, is that...
Like I said before, anything's possible.
I understand that, but now we're talking in vague terms, you know? So I need specifics.
I don't know. I doubt that that's a possibility, that I would be defending myself, because I wouldn't be in that house in the first place. I just mean, like, I don't know. I just mean I don't see how I would do that, and I don't see why I would do that. That's all I mean.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Why you would do it.
That part.
That's the question. They know he killed Denise. The DNA doesn't lie, nor do the scratches on his face. But what would drive this 13-year-old kid to commit murder? Without a confession, the detectives conclude the interview. But what they find among his property when they carry out a search warrant is almost as telling. In October 2024, he was having conversations with an unknown user on TikTok about the Creep Tapes, a found footage horror series. Benign enough on its own, but he tells the user, "I have a large lack of empathy because of my childhood." This is reflected in his mother's journal. At some point in the last few months, she wrote, "Lewis, as in Levi, has been remembering more and more since he's been opening up at therapy, and it's awful. The more I learn, the more I realize how truly awful was to my kids." On February...
No fucking way.
February 2nd, she wrote...
It always starts at home, doesn't it?
Wrote that she woke up at 6:30 a.m. to Levi crying, covered in scratches. She seemed to believe his story that he'd been attacked by the cat. The journals tell the story of a harried mother trying her best with a problematic kid, but Levi's online history tells a different story. He said to his friend on TikTok that he started to research personality disorders after he learned a common symptom was hurting animals, which he says he's done before.
That's how it always fucking starts.
Consistently. A few weeks later, he writes, "I've killed animals before on my own with a knife." On January 24th, just a week before the murder,
fucking a whole psychopathic killer, bro. That's
he
crazy.
Searched causes of being sadistic. 2 days later, he looked up knife fighting classes. And on the day of the killing, at 5:30 a.m., he searched Fairfax Police Department. But maybe most telling of all is his search 6 days later. What was Ted Bundy diagnosis? In his camera roll, they find screenshots of articles about serial killer methodology and images of fictional serial killers like Patrick Bateman, Dexter Morgan, and Anton Chigurh. They also find photos of Levi with his hand around his throat. On February 11th, he sent a message to an anonymous user, "I'm probably going to get caught." He deleted it shortly afterwards.
What? Get caught for what? What are you talking about?
And his own journal evidences a disturbed mind. In it, he wrote, "I will kill you," and "killer," because that's what he wanted to be. In the early hours of that fateful Sunday morning, Levi crept into Denise's home with just one thing on his mind. Perhaps she let him in herself, recognizing him as a neighbor, and never expecting she'd be in such danger from a 13-year-old kid.
Facts.
But then he attacked her, hitting her to cause blunt force trauma before raping her and suffocating her. He tried to clean up the scene using household chemicals, but he left his DNA behind. And then he went home and cried to his mother about it. All the evidence...
That is some sick shit. She didn't even get a chance to, you know? That's crazy.
Adds up to one conclusion. that, inspired by fictional killers like Patrick Bateman and real killers like Ted Bundy alike, he wanted to make a violent name for himself, and he had anonymous partners online egging him on.
The teenager accused of killing a 64-year-old Fairfax woman in February has pleaded guilty to several charges, including aggravated murder.
I do feel sorry for you. Sorry that you had a family that did not teach you right from wrong.
My sister didn't have children of her own, but she was like a second mother to her nieces and nephews. They adored her, and now they're growing up without her laughter, her guidance, her love. You didn't just take one life, you destroyed an entire family.
At his sentencing, Denise's family have their say. Levi will remain incarcerated at the Department of Youth Services until he turns 21 years old, which is the oldest he can be held as a juvenile. After that, his fate is up in the air. In the meantime, he's been mandated to finish school, attend victim awareness classes, and undergo
So they're gonna let him back into society after 21, and where he gonna be able to do that shit again.
Cognitive behavioral therapy. Whether this will make a difference to his psyche remains to be seen. Will he grow out of it, or will he reach 21, an adult killer? What do you think about this disturbing story?
That is crazy. I feel like some cases need to be locked away forever, but since he is only 13, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be like
your
that.
Thoughts in the comments.
I'm be nervous if I see him walking past me. Though I ain't lying to you.
Comments below. Until next time, stay safe. Keep up with our channel.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all my supporters. I love you, and that's it, baby. We out.